I was gonna go into the other part. Is there any groups of people who you think are particularly poorly trained from their militaries?
Oh,
Like fundamentally, like at the core of their.
I'm not gonna turn around and say like countries because that's not my place. But all I would say is some NATO training is, or people who claim to have that NATO training, yeah, they don't have that NATO training. So, yeah, and because they think they know it, they don't pay attention. So because they think they know it all, and they don't learn, and it's people like that that end up getting people hurt.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. When I come over, every bit of information I wasn't already aware of, I was able to take that all in.
In your experience, is it better to have someone who's well trained but rigid, or someone who has no training who can who learns pretty quickly and does what they need to do?
Me myself, I prefer someone who's like in between there. Yeah, they know a little bit, but it can always be improved on.
Yeah. Cool. And I was also going to ask, what is your experience like spending so much time away from home? Do you ever get homesick? Do you have like things that you do, or what do you do to spend your time when you're not at the front?
I don't drink all the time, but to be around people.
But when I do, I drink.
Yeah, that's correct. When I do, I really do. Nice. Sometimes I like just spending time by myself, just going about, just maybe spending the day in bed, just not paying attention to what anybody's saying. If I have that opportunity, then I do that. Other than that, I don't really get days off. I mean, I on my days off, I like to get active. We always go bar hunting, go out for some food.
Yeah.
So it's not just getting pissed, getting drunk.
Yeah.
So there is variety to it, but getting drunk is a part of
the equation.
Absolutely. So,
what I was gonna ask is I've noticed that a lot of volunteer soldiers who used to be here have slowly but surely trickled away as money has ran out and things like that. Do you ever feel lonely and like you're the only foreigner around sometimes?
Sometimes.
And how do you deal with that? Or
I'll just like, yeah, it does. I've gone from being a part of a well-connected, all friends inside the group, to being on my own. And yeah, obviously I still stay in touch with them. That helps me get through it, really. All the people, like I'll call you, I'll call L, I'll call J, I'll call P, I'll call... I still speak to... I call C. Yeah, I still speak to all of them. So whenever I feel like, this is sort of like a lonely part. Yeah, and I just jump on the phone and I'll be able to get hold of at least one of them. So yeah, or if not, I speak to the missus, speak to my kids, keep myself busy.
Yeah, totally. How do you get along with Ukrainians?
Most of them I get along really well with. In all honesty, yeah, I suppose it's the same for everybody. You can't be everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
So, I make peace with all the people that I don't really get on with. I just leave them to do as they do, and I'll just go about doing what I do.
For sure. And I hope you keep on doing it, man.
Come on, bro.